Listening to this, the prince went to sell that jewelry to the same jeweler who made them. As the jeweler saw the princess's jewelry, he immediately recognized and handed him over to the king's men. The king's men asked him, "Where did you get these ornaments?" The prince said, "My guru gave me these to sell in the market." They asked, "Who is your guru? Come with me and I will show him to you." So all came to Ratan. They arrested Ratan and presented them in the royal court. Ratan then said to the king, "O Maharaj, a witch came to me last night. I made a mark on her thigh and took all the ornaments of her body." The king was surprised to hear this. He found out that the princess really had a Trishul mark on her thigh. The princess told me that she loved me very much, but her father has already fixed her marriage somewhere else. What do I do now? Ratan then said, "Let me think. I'll try and find some way." Ratan asked, "When has she asked you to come back again?" Vikram said, "She asked me to come tomorrow." Ratan said, "Okay, then I shall tell you what to do tomorrow." The next day, when the prince was about to leave, Ratan gave him a trishul and asked him to make a mark on her thigh and come back with all of her jewelry. At first, Vikram hesitated and then agreed just as he was told. He did so as instructed. He made a mark with the trishul on her thigh, took all her jewelry and came back. Now Ratnaraj assumed his guise as a sadhu and Prince Vikram as his disciple and went to a temple. Ratan sat in the temple and asked the prince to sell that jewelry in the market. The prince was astonished. He said, "But these are the princess's jewelry, and if I sell them, I will get caught." Ratan said, "Precisely that's what I want. When they catch you, you will tell them that your guru has given them to sell. When they come to me, I will deal with them." The prince went and did the same as Ratan said. Listening to this, the prince went to sell that jewelry to the same jeweler who made them. As the jeweler saw the princess's jewelry, he immediately recognized and handed him over to the king's men. The king's men asked him, "Where did you get these ornaments?" The prince said, "My guru gave me these to sell in the market." They asked, "Who is your guru? Come with me and I will show him to you." So all came to Ratan. They arrested Ratan and presented them in the royal court. Ratan then said to the king, "O Maharaj, a witch came to me last night. I made a mark on her thigh and took all the ornaments of her body." The king was surprised to hear this. He found out that the princess really had a Trishul mark on her thigh. He expelled her out of his kingdom. The prince went to see the princess. At first, the princess was extremely angry about whatever happened, but after knowing the purpose of this, she was extremely happy. The prince then took her away, married her, and they lived happily ever after. After finishing the story, Betal then asked King Vikram, "Oh Vikram, who do you think is at fault in this?" King Vikram then said, "Listen, Betal. The minister's son kept his friendship. The soldiers obeyed their king. But the king himself is at fault because he expelled the princess without consideration." "You are absolutely right." And by saying this, Betal ran away from the king's shoulder, yet again laughing loudly, and hung upside down from the same tree. King Vikramaditya got worried that this Betal had deceived him again. He took out his sword and came back to the same place. He asked him, "Why did you come here? Why do you speak?" The king said, "You asked me to do justice, and I did that." Saying this, the king again took the Betal from the tree and put him on his shoulder and started walking. The Betal said, "O king, you are very cruel. You twisted my neck in such a way that it is hurting me terribly." King said, "Then why did you run away?" Betal said to that, "This is my nature. What can I do?" To that, the king started holding him even tightly and started walking fast. After a while, Betal said, I have heard that you have a throne in which there are 32 female figures. Is that right? The king said, Yes, I do. But why do you ask? Betal said, In fact, my great grandfather sculpted them. That is why I know them very well. In fact, that throne itself was made by my great grandfather. Vikramaditya kept quiet. Now he had firmly believed that he was the same Tantrik who was referred to by that Dev. That was why he thought just to be careful, and the king became more careful. Betal said, O king, just to pass some time, listen to another story. King said, You just keep your mouth shut. Betal said, Unfortunately, I cannot. To that the king said, I will not listen to your story. And the Betal said, Then I will run away, and he ran away. To that Vikramaditya again ran after him. He caught him again and started walking. Betal again ran away, and Vikram again had to go bring him back. At last Vikram said, Okay, I will listen. Tell me your story.